All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Valsa Williams. The headlines. Polling begins for second and final phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly elections. Second phase of Jammu and Kashmir Panchayat elections also underway. 2 terrorists killed and an army para-commando martyred in Shopia. Encounter still on. RBI to set up committee to examine issues related to surplus capital of 9.69 lakh crore rupees with the central bank. Tamil Nadu government announces 1,000 crore rupees relief package for recent cyclone victims. Goa International Film Festival opens this evening. And 8 Indian pugilists, including MC Mary Kom, to play their quarter-final bouts of Women's World Boxing Championships in New Delhi today. Polling for the second and final phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly elections began a short while ago. 72 constituencies spread over 19 districts are going to polls in this phase. Voting, which began at 8 this morning, will end at 5 in the evening. More than 19,300 polling stations have been set up. As many as 1,079 candidates, including 119 women, are in the fray. Over 1 crore 54 lakh voters are eligible to exercise their franchise. Our correspondent tells us about the keenly contested seats.
In the second phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh, there are about 17 constituencies where the contest is being keenly watched. The electoral fate of Chhattisgarh Assembly Speaker Gauri Shankar Agrawal and 9 cabinet ministers will be decided today. Besides, state presidents of both BJP and Congress are contesting in second phase. The prominent faces who are trying their electoral luck in this phase include the leader of opposition T.S. Singhdev, former Union Minister Charandas Mahant and former Chief Minister Ajit Jogi. The highest number of 46 candidates are contesting from Raipur City South constituency, while the lowest number of 6 are fighting from Bindra Nawagढ़ seat. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
The Election Commission has made all arrangements to ensure free and fair polls. About 600 companies of paramilitary forces have been deployed. Polling for the first phase took place on the 12th of this month in 18 constituencies of the state. Electioneering has reached a feverish pitch in Madhya Pradesh and Mizoram as leaders of various political parties are leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. Polling to the 230-member Madhya Pradesh Assembly and 40-member Mizoram Assembly will be held in a single phase on the 28th of this month. In Madhya Pradesh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold public meetings in Chabua and Rewa today. More from our correspondent.
The electoral battle has intensified for assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, with political leaders of all major parties lining up for road shows and public rallies across the state. Apart from Sri Modi, former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Bahujan Samaj Party Chief Mayawati, Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav and many other party leaders are also joining the campaign. Meanwhile, Chief Election Commission O.P. Rawat was also held a meeting with Chief Electoral Officer, Director General of Police and other senior officers in Bhopal yesterday and reviewed the law and order regarding assembly elections. Sri Rawat has also expressed satisfaction over election preparations in the state. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Mizoram, BJP National President Amit Shah and Congress President Rahul Gandhi will campaign in different areas today. Scrutiny of nominations for assembly polls in Rajasthan and Telangana will be taken up today. Yesterday was the last day for filing candidature, while the nominations can be withdrawn till Thursday. In Rajasthan, total 3,294 candidates have filed nominations for the polls for the 200-member state assembly. Our correspondent reports that a record 2,242 candidates filed their nomination on the last day yesterday.
3,012 male, 281 females and 1 transgender have filed nominations. 766 candidates from scheduled caste and 369 candidates from scheduled tribes are included in the list of candidates. 1,525 persons have filed nominations as an independent candidate. Maximum 71 candidates filed nominations on Kishanpur seat and 65 persons filed nominations on Adarsh Nagar seat. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Telangana, a total of 3,584 candidates have filed their nominations for 119 assembly seats. Over 2,000 nominations were filed yesterday alone. Both states will go to polls on the 7th of next month in a single phase. Counting of votes for all the 5 states, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram, Rajasthan and Telangana, will be held on the 11th of next month. Voting for the second phase of Panchayat elections in Jammu and Kashmir is being held today. Polling started at 8 this morning and it will conclude at 2 p.m.
40 Panchayat blocks across the state are going to polls today. These include 17 blocks falling in 7 districts of Jammu division. 601 polling stations have been categorized as hypersensitive, including 490 in Kashmir division and 111 in Jammu division. Basic minimum facilities have been ensured in all the polling stations across the state. Senior government officers have been appointed as general observers to oversee the smooth, fair and orderly conduct of Panchayat elections. R.K. Raina, AIR News, Jammu.
Counting of votes will be taken up immediately after the polling ends. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists have been killed and an army para-commando martyred in an encounter with security forces in Shopian district. Security sources said, based on specific information about the presence of terrorists in Nadigam area, the forces had launched a search operation in the wee hours today. As the operation was going on, terrorists fired upon the forces, triggering an encounter. The gunfight is still on. The RBI board has decided to set up a high-powered committee to examine issues related to surplus capital of 9.69 lakh crore rupees with the central bank and advised it to consider a scheme for restructuring stressed assets in the micro, small and medium enterprises. At a meeting of the board in Mumbai last evening, it was also decided that the Board for Financial Supervision of the RBI would examine the issues concerning the bank's health under the Prompt Corrective Action Framework and the Economic Capital Framework of the RBI. On the capital framework issue, the RBI will form an expert panel to study if RBI has surplus reserves and whether the same should be transferred to the government. The 9-hour-long meeting took place with the government seeking more consultation from the Reserve Bank in decision-making and thus paving the way for higher economic growth. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister E.K. Palanisamy has announced a relief package for people affected by Cyclone Gaja that devastated 11 coastal and interior districts of the state. Mr. Palanisamy reviewed the situation with senior ministers and higher officials in Chennai yesterday and later announced that 1,000 crore rupees will be released for the ongoing relief works. In a statement, the Chief Minister said 46 people lost their lives in the cyclone and their families would be given a compensation of 10 lakh rupees each. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in India and abroad in the 50th edition of the Mann Ki Baat program of All India Radio this Sunday. Mr. Modi has been raising a number of important issues through the monthly program. On the 25th of March this year, he had spoken about the Ayushman Bharat scheme. We have a report.
India took a giant leap towards providing accessible and affordable healthcare to the common man with the launch of Ayushman Bharat. The scheme was launched on 23rd September this year at Ranchi. In the 42nd edition of Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that over 10 crore vulnerable and poor families will benefit under Ayushman Bharat scheme.
Healthcare accessible हो और affordable भी हो, जन सामान्य के लिए सस्ता और सुलभ हो, इसके लिए भी व्यापक स्तर पर प्रयास हो रहे हैं। आज देश भर में 3,000 से अधिक जन औषधि केंद्र खोले गए हैं, जहां 800 से ज्यादा दवाइयां कम कीमत पर उपलब्ध कराई जा रही है और भी नए केंद्र खोले जा रहे हैं। आयुष्मान भारत योजना के तहत लगभग 10 करोड़ परिवार यानी करीब 50 करोड़ नागरिकों को इलाज के लिए एक साल में 5 लाख रुपए का खर्च भारत सरकार और इंश्योरेंस कंपनी मिलकर के देगी। देश भर के लोगों को बेहतर इलाज और स्वास्थ्य सुविधा मिले, इसके लिए विभिन्न राज्यों में नए एम्स खोले जा रहे हैं।
CEO of Ayushman Bharat, Indu Bhushan, told AIR that the scheme has completed over 50 days. He said a total of 2.5 lakh people have benefited from this scheme so far.
The scheme was launched on 23rd of September and so far we have benefited almost 2,50,000 people and the claims which have been raised are close to 400 crores and the people who have benefited from this are from deprived and poor families.
Ayushman Bharat is the world's largest government-funded healthcare program. It is providing cashless and paperless access to services for the beneficiaries. With Dipendra Kumar, Suparna Sekya, AIR News, Delhi.
The 49th International Film Festival of India, IFFI, opens at Panaji in Goa this evening. The opening ceremony will be held at the Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium in Bambolim. Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Rajyavardhan Rathore and actor Akshay Kumar will be among the host of celebrities present on the occasion. IFFI Director Chaitanya Prasad said the opening ceremony will focus on New India and different genres of cinema. The 9-day event will showcase 212 films from 68 countries. While The Aspern Papers is the opening film, Sealed Lips will be the closing movie. Our correspondent Ankita Dhanda has filed this report.
Indian Panorama will showcase 26 feature films and 21 non-feature films. Shaji Karun directed Malayalam movie Ola will be the opening movie of the feature film section of Indian Panorama. While Israel is a focus country, Jharkhand is a focus state this year. Veteran Israeli filmmaker Dan Woolman will be given the Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's IFFI will showcase 6 Indian sports biopics as an extension of Khelo India initiative. These are Gold, Mary Kom, Bhag Milka Bhag, 1983, MSD The Untold Story and Surma. The IFFI will also pay homage to Shashi Kapoor, Sridevi, M. Karunanidhi and Kalpana Lajmi among others. This year, IFFI will showcase 2 movies, Sholay and Hijki, as part of a special package for visually impaired children.
8 Indian pugilists, including 5-time world champion MC Mary Kom, will play their quarter-final bouts of Women's World Boxing Championships in New Delhi today. In the 48-kilogram category, Mary Kom will face China's Wu Yu. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi Taneja.
Thank you, Valsa. The government and RBI finding a middle path at the RBI board meet is the lead in most newspapers this morning. The Times of India reports, Prime Minister Narendra Modi blamed Congress for setting back Delhi's efforts to decongest its roads and improve air quality by several years. The daily headlines, Congress delayed Western E-Way by 9 years, says Modi. The Asian Age writes, RBI government signaled truce after 9-hour meet. Key issues referred to panel. The Indian Express leads with, Government and RBI break the ice as Central Bank agrees to help ease lending to small business. Digvijay's number part of cop case against Maoist, but he disowns it, writes the DNA on a new twist in the Elgar Parishad violence case. The paper states, one of the letter exchanges between the accused containing Congress leader Digvijay Singh's contact number is part of the charge sheet submitted by the Pune police last week. Naidu-Mamta meet to form anti-BJP front, highlights the Pioneer on its front page. On benched CBI Director Alok Verma filing his response on corruption charges against him, the Pioneer reports Verma files his reply to CVC charges in Supreme Court. Foul air reducing Delhiites' average life by 10 years. The Times of India cites a study. The paper also reports experts may induce artificial rain over Delhi this week to clean air. And finally, the Hindustan Times notes thousands tie knot on Delhi's night of weddings on Monday as the stars align for the first time this season after an almost 4-month-long run of not-so-auspicious days. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Tanvi. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Polling begins for second and final phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly elections. Second phase of Jammu and Kashmir Panchayat elections also underway. 2 terrorists killed and an army para-commando martyred in Shupia. Encounter still on. Goa International Film Festival opens this evening, and 8 Indian pugilists, including MC Mary Kom, to play their quarter-final bouts of Women's World Boxing Championships in New Delhi today. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.